Committee come to order.
Ms. Virginia Bell is absent. Ms. Linda Cheney.
Present.
Ms. Joyce Porter is absent. Dr. Kelly Joseph here. Ms. Miranda Watson here. Name.
Okay, Ms. Bell is absent, she's the chair of the committee, so Dr. Hurst is gonna, be the chair, and Mr. Travis is gonna sit in for Ms. Porter.
Receive personnel updates and workforce dashboard, Ms. Miranda Watson.
Good evening. I'm going to start with the personnel report. We didn't have much action this past month, only because we're getting towards the end of the school year. So we're not going to have very long reports. But I do want to note that we did hire one person, and unfortunately that person hadn't worked out, so we'll have another update for this person next month. We had 2 people to resign in our maintenance and custodian department. Our maintenance and our food service department, and we had 1 termination as well. So that left us with, we still have no vacancies at the Early Learning Center. We have 4 vacancies at the Arts and Technology Academy, including 1 teacher and then 2 support workers. And then we have 1 support vacancy at the College and Career Academy. Over the past month, we did attend our recruitment fairs virtually this year. On March 30th, I attended LSU's recruitment fair. We only had 1 person to sign up for that. And then today we are participating in Southeastern's recruitment fair, where we did interview about 10 people. And if you look at the dashboard for this month, we had a couple of numbers to fluctuate a little bit. If you look at the Early Learning Centers for district staffing, it went up to 100%, but that number is going to come back down because the person that we hired didn't work out. So it went up 3 percentage points there, from 97% from last month. And then at the Arts and Technology Academy, it went down 3% because of the vacancy in food service. So it went down to 91%. And then as far as the staffing at the College and Career Academy, because of that 1 custodial vacancy, it went down to 98%. Last month it was at 100%. And then for the teacher workforce, this is about our teacher certifications. The percentages for the Early Learning Center and Arts and Technology Academy, they all remain the same. But we did have 3 other additional teachers to get certified for their TAT. And that pushed our percentage points up to 9%. So they're 86% certified at the College and Career Academy. We had 1 teacher who passed his practice exam, and now he's on the PL. He's enrolled in I Teach Louisiana to complete his certification process. Overall, our percentage points went up for certification from 63% to 66% with a 3-point percentage increase. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. That concludes the personnel committee.
Budget and Finance Committee come to order.
Ms. Virginia Bell is absent. Dr. Byron Hurst.
Present.
Ms. Linda Cheney.
Present. And, Mr. Travis is gonna serve as the chief elect. He's gonna stand for this bill on this.
Receive and consider for approval 2021-2022 salary schedule.
I'm not gonna request that we take it until next month.
Can I get a motion to table up to next month?
I move.
I'll second.
Then move and second we table. Any further discussion? Vote.
Mr. Travis.
Yes.
Dr. Hurst.
Yes.
Ms. Cheney.
Yes.
3-0, motion carried. Item table to
Receive and consider for approval 2020-2021 general fund capital projects and special revenue funds budget conditions.
Good afternoon, board and everyone. If you look at the blue packet, blue binder that I gave you, and it's the revision for 2021 year. There'll probably be another end-of-year revision. If you turn to the first page, it's the recap for the general fund. As you can see, our local revenues went up about 34,000. Our ad valorem, as in the past, had went down a good bit, but it's started to climb back up a little bit. It looks a lot better this year. In the state revenues, our MFP, we lost some revenue this year, so I revised down for that. So our revenues for this year should be $9,743,054. The total expenditures for this year, I'm projecting to be $9,598,891. If you look at the other uses of funds, you see I increased that up to $432,135. That includes the roof for the gym at the high school of $224,000. That gives us, I'm projecting a deficiency for the year of $87,972. But I feel like that we will not have a deficiency because we may not have to use that $224 that we have reserved for the roof, because I feel like by the end of the year that we will be in better position and not be in a deficit. But as we are right now, I'm projecting the ending fund balance to be $6,624,833. Does anybody have any questions about that? If you turn to the the blue divider, it will be the special revenue. This is basically just the grants that we got this year. The only new ones I'd like to point out are the COVID-19 CCDF for $20,000, and Dr. Gutierrez, that has to do with pre-K, right? Child care.
So not pre-K for the 2 Tech 3 child care that we have in the parish.
So we got some stimulus money, basically.
Yes, and they're opening that up for another round.
Okay, also going down, you'll see Share Our Street, No Kid Hungry for $103,000. This is actually 2 grants that Ms. Womack got for our child nutrition. And then Strong Start for this year, we have $706,213. So the total special revenues for this year should be $6,635,619. And the last tab is capital projects. The first one is the capital projects maintenance fund. If you look at the top and the revenues, this $260,000 I'm projecting. That is the 5 mil renewal that's coming up shortly. So if that's not renewed, we will lose that source of revenue, which is basically for our custodial staff and some supplies for them. So I'm projecting to have a slight deficit in that fund of $39,349. And the ending fund balance for this year should be $234,132. And if you turn to page 44. This is the Fund 13 capital projects, and what that is the USDA loan that we're paying back. Should be the next to the last page. Okay, that 470,000 is the half-cent, sales tax that's used to repay the USDA loan. This year, the, amount is $443,306. There is a bit of a fund balance in there, $100,750. And on the next page is, I'm sorry, that wasn't the USDA, that was the other regions and Hancock, the original renovations that we did at the high school. The bond that we owe is paid from that. The last page is half-cent sales tax. And we received, our sales tax is also up this year. And I'm projecting it to be $430,000. You'll see the other uses of funds, $276,761. That's what we pay the USDA, and that payment is the same every year. And this year, I'm projecting an excess for the year of $93,239. We have a fund balance of $702,746. So if you add those together, the ending balance projected for this year is $795,985. Any questions about that? Just need a motion to,
I
approve.
make a motion.
I so move.
I second.
Moved and seconded that we transition to full board. Any further discussion? Vote.
Dr. Hurst.
Yes.
Ms. James.
Yes.
3-0, motion carried. Refer to
Receive 2021-2022 operating budgets and authorize advertising of official journal to approve and that's ready to go.
Okay, this is for the next fiscal year, 21-22. Okay, the first thing in here is gonna be the organizational chart for 21-22. Dr. Joseph, did you make any changes in there?
Now, only additional things in the organization chart is the, facilities maintenance, and then we have, maintenance and facilities supervisor. And so we do that, we put custodial, contracted service providers, technology, and transportation services under that position. Outside of that, that's the only, changes that we made.
Yeah, on the next page, I think it lists each position and specific responsibilities they are responsible for. And then the next page has school leadership teams on them. The next page is the budget resolution that will, that'll be approved at the next board meeting. The first section is general fund. The first page is the proposed general fund revenues. The ad valorem taxes should be about $165,000. The MFP, I'm projecting the same as we're getting this year. And there's proposed raises for certified and non-certified that they have informed me of the amount, so I added that in there. The total budget for this year in revenue should be $9,789,554. And as you can see from the graph, that 97% of our revenues in general fund come from the MFP. And the next page is just a comparison from 21-22, and basically I didn't change that much. And the next page, I've broken it down by instructional and non-instructional. Based on the budget right now, the instructional expenditures are 71.73%, which would show us or have us reaching the 70% requirement. Okay, the next page is the recap for general fund. Local revenues, I'm projecting the same, and as I said before, the state revenues, I increased about 64,000. The total expenditures for general fund, I'm estimating 9,777,143. Under other uses of funds, there's 2,610,735. I think the very last page in here, there's a recap. It's the last page of this section. But the reason that is so large is that $2.4 million that was reserved in fund balance for capital projects next year, it will have to be transferred out. So it will create a deficit, but that's the only way you can use fund balance is to overspend for that particular year. I did want to point that out because it's quite large. So then that will create a deficit for the year of $2,383,324. And added to our fund balance of $6,624,833, our fund balance at the end of next year will be reduced, and it should be $4,241,509. Does anybody have any questions? This is very preliminary right now because it is April, but it's a good snapshot. If not, the second section is special revenues, and it's basically the same. We have Super App has already been. Super App is our Title I, Special Ed, and Carl Perkins, our normal grants that we get. That has been submitted. I have sales tax, child nutrition. I would like to point out that Achieve, which is the ESSER 2 and 3 stimulus money that we'll get, is $2,621,877. It's more than that, but that's what we have available to be budgeted at this point. And again, the last section is the capital projects, and basically it's budgeted the same exact thing in that. So, does anybody have any questions? But this one is not to be approved, it's just to be advertised. So if anybody has any questions, you can just contact me in the office. So just need to receive that. Just need to be received.
So when the balance of the funds from ESSER 3 comes in, it will be reflected in this portion of the budget.
Right.
We have to make a motion on that.
I move.
Motion's been made, second to receive this operating budget. And there's no further discussion. Vote?
Mr. Jackson?
Yes.
Dr. Hurst?
Yes.
Ms. Cheney?
Yes.
3-0, motion carries.
Next item is receive and consider for approval request to invest in region governmental agency account.
We have with us today Mr. T.J. McGee, and Amy Robbins from Regions. They are with us virtually to discuss the possibility of partnering with Regions. As you know, they are a banking partner, but we're now looking at their investment proposal. And so I'll turn it over to Mr. McGee to share that information with the board. Or the community.
Good evening, everyone. Very glad to be joining you, and I appreciate you letting us present this evening. First, I want to start off and ask: Are there any music requests to set my ringtone to in case my phone goes off? If not, I'll go ahead and get started. Today I want to tell you guys a little bit about, what we do for, government entities such as yourselves, as well as kind of how we do it. And then I want to walk you through kind of a sample portfolio to really show you all what it looks like in practice. Right? So, what we do. This is kind of our standard presentation, but, I can really sum it up by, we work with you all to construct an investment portfolio, and it's going to be in accordance with state guidelines, of course. And we're just going to match your liquidity needs and provide protection of principal, and we're going to give you guys some income in the portfolio that we construct for you all. We're backed up, your local team is backed up by our asset management group at Regions. It's made up of over 120 investment professionals. You got a ton of industry experience, a lot of CFA charter holders, so on and so forth. But that's what really backs us up. So, we're getting our investment reports, getting our research, things like that. We have a whole team of folks that we have at our disposal to build the best portfolio for you all. The local point of contact, relationship consultant, that'll be me, TJ McGee, and we also have a local portfolio manager. He and I work hand in hand to put the portfolio together to make sure that, after communicating with you all, that we're in line with your liquidity needs, and we're making sure that, the portfolio is built exactly how you all need it to be. Investment policy statement, this will be built for you all. It's going to mirror the state guidelines as a government entity. There's only certain things that you all can invest in, so we really use that as a starting point. And then in that, we'll also include, what your cash flow needs are for the investment portfolio. As I mentioned, we'll really determine what your liquidity needs are, what money you can put where, and that we can invest. Everything that we invest in can be sold. It is a liquid investment. So in a worst case scenario, if you needed all the money in the portfolio, we can pull it out and sell those investments that we put money in. It's not like a CD. There's no penalty for breaking early or anything like that. So what this looks like in practice, I'll show you a sample ladder portfolio. So after talking to Kelly, she let me know that you guys wanted to put these funds in the account. We'd have about a 3 to 5 year window that we can invest these out, that you guys can keep this cash in reserve for kind of that long. So you can see we've kind of staggered out maturities starting in 2024 all the way to 2026. And as we approach these dates, if you need the cash, we can transfer it out of the account. If you don't need the cash, we can add it on to the back end of that ladder. And so that's kind of how we structure these portfolios in terms of, what return you can get right now. On a portfolio like this, you're looking at a yield maturity of about 66 basis points. You can compare that to what's out there right now. As an alternative, some school boards such as yourselves may use Louisiana Asset Management Pool, otherwise known as LAMP. Right now they're yielding about 6 basis points. So they keep everything pretty short term. Rates at this point on the short term side of things are almost next to zero. You look at money market funds are paying 1 to 2 basis points. So there's really not much out there in terms of the short-term U.S. Treasuries. And by going a little further out in that 3 to 5 year window, we can pick up a lot more yield for you guys on that front. So with that, I want to shut my trap a little bit and let you guys ask any questions if you have any.
So the idea is for us to use the funds that we do have available and invest them. We are investing in a LAMP account, but like you mentioned, the return on the investment is not as profitable as it would be with Regions. So we're looking to just, look at various ways that we can, generate revenue from the, dollars that we do have. We can't control, economic development in the parish. We can't control, the number of students that come in or go out. But what we can control is, the monies that we do have, and also look at the types of investments that we can, participate in. So I think this is a really good opportunity for us to, generate income for, the funds that we do have, in our accounts now. So with that, I'm asking if there aren't any questions, that you approve us to move forward with, partnering with regions so that we can invest, in their program.
I move.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded that for this approval with regions to the full board. No further discussion.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I have to tell you the amount. So there, right now, I think Amy's saying $3 million in the LAMP account. So we want to take, we'll leave $1 million with LAMP, take $2 million and put in, regions.
Any further discussion?
I move we take, what's the motion over? This is the amount. I move we take $2 million out of LAMP and invest in the regions.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. We take $2 million from LAMP and invest in the regions. Any further discussion? Vote.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Dr. Hurst?
Yes.
Ms. Cheney?
Yes.
3-0, motion carried.
Next item is receive and consider for approval request for authorization to issue bonds or seek alternative financing in an amount not to exceed $6 million for the construction of one and new building at Early Learning Center and two field house renovation and in addition to field house of the Louisiana Community Development Authority.
We're gonna ask that this be tabled. There's more information that we need to collect from the, bonding attorneys, so I'm asking that we table this.
Right, and Dr. Joseph and board members, the only matter that should be tabled is the resolution with regard to the issuance of the bonds. With regard to the resolution of the school board becoming a member of the Louisiana Community Development Authority, or LCDA, we can move forward with that. That'll just be one less item, that we need to take up.
I move that we table it.
I second.
Motion's been made and seconded to table this, item. Any further discussion? Vote.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Dr. Hurst?
Yes.
Ms. Cheney?
Yes.
3-0.
All right, the next item is receive and consider for approval request for the St. Helena Parish School Board to become a member of the Louisiana Community Development Authority in order for the LCDA to serve as a conduit borrower in an amount not to exceed $6 million for the construction of one new building at the Early Learning Center and two field house renovation in addition to the field house for the LCDA.
I move.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to refer this to the full board. No further discussion. Vote.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Dr. Hurst?
Yes.
Ms. Cheney?
Yes.
3-0, motion carried.
That includes the, budget financing. Policy committees call to order. Roll call.
Mr. Travis?
Here.
Ms. Porter?
Present.
Ms. Cheney? Here. Calling Ms. Green.
Receive and consider for approval revised policy GBQ retirement for inclusion in the St. Helena Parish School Board Policy Committee.
This is a, policy, from forethought, and it's just about retirement, and the, main item about this change in policy is that once the superintendent or designee receives, retirement information from an employee, that, the decision to retire may not be rescinded. That's the major change in this, policy update.
Motion's been made and seconded to refer this to the full board. Any further discussion? Vote.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Porter?
Yeah.
Ms. Cheney?
Yes.
3-0, motion carried, 13-4.
Next item is receive and consider for approval revised policy O, resignation for inclusion in the St. Louis Parish School Board policy manual.
So with the change of retirement, policy, we wanted our resignation policy to mimic that as well. So the change in our resignation policy would state that once received by the superintendent or designee, the decision to resign may not be rescinded. So we're asking that you approve this change of policy, as well.
That's so much.
We move this second to refer this to the full board. Is there any further discussion? Vote.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Porter?
Yes.
Ms. Cheney?
Yes.
3-0, motion carried, 13-4.
That concludes policy committee. Building and grounds committee is called on.
Mr. Travis?
Here.
Ms. Porter?
Present.
Mr. Hughes?
Here.
Alderman Spring.
Receive information on the installation of synthetic turf at the high school bids and consider for approval, recommended bid.
Yes, so we did have a successful bid process the second time around. And the same two vendors that bid their projects the last time, did it again this time. And the winner of the bid, well, which is the lowest bidder, is Athletic Turf Solutions in the amount of $908,764,000, which is well within our budgeted amount. The other bidder was Sprint Turf, and their amount was $1,017,505. So we're requesting that you approve the bidder Athletic Turf Solutions in the amount of $908,764 to complete the athletic turf project at St. Helena College and Career Academy.
That's so much.
Then moved and seconded, we receive, what's that name again? Athletic Solutions?
Athletic Turf Solutions.
Turf Solutions as the lowest bidder, to recommend this to the full board. Is there any further discussion? Vote.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
3-0, refer to the board.
Receive and consider for approval to accept the service proposal from Tipton and Associates for renovations at St. Helena Early Learning Center and Field House additions at the St. Helena College and Career Academy.
Yes, as you know, we are wanting to move forward with the renovations at the Early Learning Center and also the field house additions and renovations at the stadium. Tipton and Associates, as you know, they are our go-to for architect services. They did this music building, and so knowing their reputation, and they also did the work for us at the Arts and Technology Academy, knew how to do all of the work with USDA. And so with that, we're asking that we enter into another agreement with them to work with us to ensure that the St. Helena Early Learning Center and the work at the stadium be completed properly. So I'm asking that you approve our entering into another relationship with Tipton and Associates.
That's so much.
Motion has been made and seconded, we approve Tipton and Associates and refer that to the full board. Is there any further discussion?
I have a question. Would the renovations of the field house include a restroom and maybe a small concession stand for the visitor side?
You can consider that, yeah, it's in budget, I'll write that down.
Any further discussion? Vote.
Mr. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Porter?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
3-0, motion carried, 13-4.
That concludes board
God, we just come to you today, Lord God, thanking you for allowing us to be here today, Lord God. Thank you for keeping us safe through all the storms that we have this week. Lord, we pray your blessings over this meeting, that every decision that is made with our students in mind, Lord God. Give our board members, Father God, the wisdom and knowledge, Lord God, to make the right decisions and choices, Lord God, so we can all be beneficial from their decisions. And we thank you for everything. And it's in your darling Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
The meeting will come to order. We're now holding a meeting of the St. Helena Parish School Board. Roll call.
Ms. Joyce Porter,
Present.
Dr. Byron Hurst,
Present.
Mr. DeChaney,
Present.
Mr. George Hughes,
Present.
Ms. Virginia Bell, Mr. Alfred Travis.
Here.
5 members present, 4 absent.
Item B, approve minutes and agenda for March 11th, 2021 committee meeting, March 11th, 2021 regular board meeting, and current agenda. Can I get a motion to approve those collectively?
I move. That's second.
Motion by Dr. Hurst, second by Ms. Porter. Any questions? Motion should pass by general consent. Item C, new business. Presentation of school board members 2020 calendar year, 20+ hours training certificates.
These are certificates that you all will receive had you gone to the LSBA conference this year, and Ms. Cheney will present the certificates to each board.
Louisiana School Board Association Certified Board Member Programs Certificate of Merit presented to Byron Hurst, St. Helena Parish School Board. Voluntarily completing all required in-service training, by participating in approved workshop, seminars, and conventions designed to enhance knowledge and develop skills needed to contribute to even higher standards of effective public school board member service and public school system governance, and is officially designated a certified school board member for the 2020 by attaining 20 or more continuing learning years on the 7th day of March, this is 2021. George Nassar, President, and Dr. Jenny Funk, Executive Director. Dr. Hurt? Okay, the next one is presented to Ms. Joyce Porter. Same information for completed 20+ service hours. All right, this one is presented to Mr. George Hughes as well, 20+ service hours. George Hughes. And this is for Ms. Bell in her absence, but she completed more than 20 service hours as well.
Please give our board members a round of applause.
Yes, you
All right. Item 2, received March 31st, 2021, financial dashboard report, and Chief Financial Officer.
Good afternoon. The March dashboard, the first report is general fund year-to-date budget comparison. The budget, $10,031,026. This does reflect with the change, the revision that you approved tonight. The year-to-date expense is $5,841,781.52, or 58% of the budget has been expended. Total deposits for March are $820,023.46. And as you can see, the majority of it is in that piece, $780,706. The second report is Title I year-to-date expenditure. The year-to-date expenses for Title I are $519,979.05, or 48.56% expended. And the last report is the check register for the month of March.
Item D, superintendent's report. Good evening, board. Good evening, community. Just wanted to share with you a few items. First, we have partnered with Go Jobs Workforce Area 20 and CSRS to get what's called emergency disaster relief assistance. We will have 10 additional emergency disaster relief assistants that will come onto our campuses and provide support for our schools with regard to COVID-19 issues. These 10 employees will be free of charge. They'll get paid $15 an hour. The third-party provider who will take care of all of the payments and benefits and all of the things related to these employees will be done through CSRS. They will also do the screenings for the employees and all of those things. Some job duties that will include for them will be performing temperature checks. So when the kids get off the bus, they'll be able to do that. When we have sporting events, they'll be able to do temperature checks there. Any other events, or whatever we need for them to do, they will do it. Cleaning and disinfecting frequently touched areas, monitoring social distancing, and any other items related to COVID-19 and to help mitigate the spread. So we're very happy that we'll have these 10 additional people. They will come from the community, and they will be coming to us based upon their status. So if they lost their job, for due to COVID and this pandemic, then of course they will take precedence over anyone else. So we're very happy about that. The contract started April 5th, 2021, and this will last until March 31st, 2022. So we have them for a full year and maybe more. And we may be able to receive additional people on our campuses, because there are some entities that are either they don't need the services or they may be skeptical. I don't know what the reasons are for them not wanting to receive these additional people on their campuses. But in the event, and I told them in the event that they don't want them, we'll take them. So very excited about this opportunity. Do you have any questions about this? They will work under Mr. Bellman, our facilities and maintenance supervisor, and we'll work with the janitorial staff. So we're very excited about this opportunity. The next thing I want to talk about is the ESSER 3 funding. As you know, we received ESSER 1, CARES Act, ESSER 2, and then now ESSER 3. In ESSER CARES Act, we received a little over $770,000, and we were able to purchase much needed technology for our students. It gave us a situation where we're now 2-1, and also purchase technology in the classroom so we can facilitate those synchronous lessons. ESSER 2 and 3 funding. ESSER 2 funding came in, and you did see the budgeted items that we have for that at our last board meeting. Now here we are with ESSER 3, and our total allocation is $6.2 million. And so what we are going to do is have several budget planning workshops, and all of the information will be based on our Blueprint to Excellence, our School Improvement Plan, and our Facilities and Maintenance Plan. We'll put those items together, look at the things that we would like to do for our students, and plan that out for the next 4 to 5 years. Some items that we're looking at include the Early Learning College program with North Shore, renovations to the Early Learning Center, continuation of all of our academic programs, provide content leader and class training for our teachers, for all of our teachers, professional development for our district and school administrators, additional technology, because as you know, technology does not last long. So we're looking at making sure that we have enough funding to pay for the next round of technology that we need down the line. Looking at air quality improvements at all of our school sites, providing tutoring for all of our students who have been identified as in danger of failing, and then also purchase 2 buses so that we can reduce the number of students that we currently have in our existing buses. So these are just some of the items that we are considering, but just want you to know that I will be coming to you within the next couple of months to, if not next month, to share with you that new budgeting plan. Any questions about our SC3 plan? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us, and I know that all school systems receive these dollars. But for us, you know, considering our situation, our financial situation over the years, we're now in a situation where we have a healthy, we're in a healthy financial situation, and we can really do some really good, fun, quality things for our kids and really put them in a great situation to be successful. So I'm very excited about the opportunity of having these funds. Now, understand these are not continuous funds, right? But we do have enough where we can plan for the next 4 to 5 years. Another item I'd like to share with you is that we are doing renovations at our maintenance building at the Early Learning Center. Some things that we're doing include the new entrance, 4 new office spaces. These office spaces will be for our maintenance staff, transportation coordinator, and our technology coordinator. We're also putting in windows and doing a really good paint job in that facility. So if ever you get an opportunity to go there, please, go there and see for yourself the things that's happening in that space. Just want to remind everybody about the tax renewal that's set for April 24th. Early voting has started. This is to pay for the salaries for our custodial staff and also other minor maintenance issues. It generates about $235,000 per year. So just want to put that information out there once again, and ask our board members to please share this information with your constituents in your districts. As you all know, we did have a bus driver certification program. We're happy to report that we had 20 people that participated, and we have 1 person who completed the additional 10 hours for moving bus observations, and then 2 are currently in the process to complete. I'm also going to train, so I can drive a bus. So whenever there's a need, I'll be able to, get those kids to and from school. We do have a partnership with National Drivers Academy right here in St. Helena that will conduct the skills test for all participants. So we're very happy and excited about this. We'll probably do it again and also provide other opportunities for our janitors, our cooks, bus drivers to be able to do other things that will help get them certifications in other areas so that they can help supplement their income and also increase their capacities. We're excited about that. And the last thing I wanted to share, and I told Mr. Fontenot that I wouldn't, but I can't help myself. I wanted to share with you preliminary graduation rates for our class of 2020. So if you look at class of 2019, our graduation index was 63.1. The strength of our diploma index was 73.8, and our graduation rate was 65.5. Looking at where we are right now for the class of 2020, our graduation index is 91.9, the strength of the diploma index is 91.6, and our graduation rate is projected to be at 82.7. So it's a huge increase, and this is just preliminary information. But we look at data every day. We're pushing our students every day. We're providing supports for our teachers every day. And so I believe that had it not been for COVID-19, we were on a roll. But, that kind of stopped us in our tracks, stopped everyone in our tracks, but at the end of the day, looking at what we're doing now, even with the pandemic, we're looking to have some really good results at the end of this school year. So just wanted to give you that update. And that concludes my report.
Thank you much. Item E, approved committee report. April 15, 2021. Moved by Dr. Hurst, second by Ms. Porter. Any question? No question? Should pass by general consent. Next meeting date, May 13, 2021. Closing comments, board members. Anything? Nothing. So all yeas, I mean, this meeting is adjourned.